Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Friday, the 9th day of August in the year of our Lord 2024. My spiritual advisor, praise the Lord, is Bradley Roll. Bradley, I welcome you to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Well, folks, among our story is comments from the press secretary in the office of the Prime Minister announcing that the Prime Minister Philip Davis, who having returned to the capital last week, Thursday, after he would have had a surgery on his sciatic nerve, has returned to work, is doing very, very well. So all we can say is praise the Lord and thank you, Jesus. Today, I shall return to an issue raised by the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis. I'm going to raise and return to that issue because I need to find out and to figure out who is Dr. Minnis working for. Exactly 40 years ago, the Progressive Liberal Party was tricked into appointing a Royal Commission of Inquiry. 40 years later, there has been no historian, no intellectual who has analyzed what took place and why it took place. But I shall, as a Negro man who has listened to many intellectuals over the last 40 years, I'm going to tell you something that you Negroes don't know anything about. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, today is a wonderful day. Our skies has been very cloudy. There has been certain part of the island of New Providence where it has rained, and of course, I received report that in Harbor Island that there was also a lot of rain. So we must give God thanks that notwithstanding that in the United States, the Americans have been attacked by nature. There's been fire, tornado, and lots of hurricane forces. So we must give God thanks. But notwithstanding all of that, there are some exciting things to report to you. I'm going to focus a lot on the 1984 Commission of Inquiry. I started it yesterday after the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, said that he didn't have confidence in officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force in investigating corruption. And I became very concerned about that because we claim that we are independent. We say we don't want to be depending on white people and white nations. And we just celebrated Emancipation Day. So I was moved to talk about the 1984 Commission of Inquiry. And today I think I shall talk a little more about it because something happened in 1983 which culminated in Pinling having to appoint a blue ribbon Royal Commission of Inquiry. And before I bring on my spiritual advisor, I'm going to ask my producer to show you the Australian. His name is Robert Ellicott. He is that handsome white man. Would you please? This is Robert Ellicott. He's a former Solicitor General of Australia, and he was Solicitor General perhaps between the year 1969 and 1973. He played a significant role here in the Bahamas as the lead counsel to the Commission of Inquiry into investigating, show the other picture, what Carlos Joe Leader, a cocaine cowboy and an alleged drug smuggler, carried out. And today I shall show you that in the thinking community, those who are bold enough to think, it will be revealed to you that that whole Commission of Inquiry was set up to force Pinling, Arthur Hanna, and Paul Adley to give away literally the contract or the lease which existed between the British and the government of the United States of America involving Ortec Base. And since Paul Adley had written them a letter, meaning the Americans, telling them that the Bahamas was independent, Britain no longer was responsible for the external affairs of the Bahamas, and the negotiations stopped here. It is believed that the government of the United States, through its many spies agency, set up one of the most powerful maneuver. In fact, if you've seen the movie Mission Impossible, that's what took place here in the country. And there's been no Negro who's been bold and fool to publicly tell you what I am going to tell you. That's why I'm suspicious of Dr. Hubert Minnis. That is why I'm suspicious of him, because it was one bull skate that took place in the 80s. For those of us who were in opposition, We were happy to put any scandal on Pinling and the PLP, but you have never heard it you've never heard it like this. All right? And I will also tell you how Paul Adderley eventually discovered who Robert Ellicott was. And at the Commission of Inquiry, Paul Adderley stood up with documents in his hand, and he waved it at Robert Ellicott and he said, I now know who you are. But there's no Negro who could contradict what I'm saying. Okay? My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you, behold the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, behold the United States, and we must influence America and tell them they must vote for our brother, our incoming world leader, the next president of the United States of America, if they do not cheat him. Because Brother Donald Trump says there's cheat in America, so we have to pray for him. Behold the world.
Thank you so much, Senator.
This is powerful.
Yeah, good to be here. We got to read today from the book of 2 Peter chapter 3. We're going to read a few verses today. We're going to look at the promise of the second return. This is now 2024, 2,000 years after the promise that Jesus Christ would return. And of course, Peter here is encouraging the Christians with these words. And he says this, 2 Peter 3:10. He says, above all, you must understand that in the last days scoffers will come, scoffing and following their own evil desires. And they will say, where is this coming he promised? Ever since our ancestors died, everything goes on as it has been since the beginning of creation. But they deliberately forget that long ago by God's word, the heavens came into being, and the earth was formed out of water and by water. And go ahead, producer. And by these waters also the world of that time was deluged and destroyed. By the same word, the present heavens and earth are reserved for fire, being kept for the day of judgment and destruction of the ungodly. But don't forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear with a roar. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid bare. 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 3-10. The word of God is forever blessed. Amen. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, it is an interesting development which is taking place here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The former Prime Minister, Hubert Minnis, has called for a commission of inquiry. 40 years ago, there was a blue ribbon commission of inquiry, and under the Perry Christie administration, there was also a commission of inquiry. But by 1993, Hubert Alexander Ingram having come to power, he perhaps appointed 2 commission of inquiries. So commission of inquiries seems to have been the activities of the politician. But let us refer to the 1984 Commission of Inquiry, in which NBC in September of 1983 had made some very serious allegation against the Pinling administration. Now, for many of us, we might not remember that one day the late Norman Solomon he having visited, well, I can't remember the name, Norman's Cay. He visited Norman's Cay, and when he got to Norman's Cay, he, with his yacht, he parked and he swam ashore, only to be accosted by men whom he identified as Colombians and perhaps some Germans. They were well armed, and Norman Solomon was extremely upset and was suspicious that they were smuggling cocaine there. He came back, he reported it to the Parliament, and it appears that there were a number of raids led by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, culminating in Carlos Joe Leader, a Colombian, who in modern times, everybody who's studying this has concluded at all material time, he was an agent of the United States government who was sent into the Bahamas to entrap politicians, defense force officers, and policemen. So we have established that it was believed that he was an agent of the government of the United States. So with him, there was also an alleged bank that was set up. And Joe Leader was successful in trapping a number of politicians and a number of police officers. Behind those allegations was a serious political issue involving the independent PLP government and the government of the United States of America. This is what has been concluded by those who have been thinking over the last 40 years. What was the issue? Paul Adley, in his capacity as perhaps Attorney General, and may have also at that point have some responsibility for foreign affairs. I don't recall if he was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, but I do know he was the Attorney General, a very brilliant, intellectual gentleman. He had written to the United States government. He told them, we're now independent. That lease for Ortec in Andres, which existed between the British government and the United States government, brother, that has to come to an end. There has to be new negotiation because we free now. We is free, Paul Adley told the Americans. And the Americans, it is alleged, were very upset, very concerned, because it is believed that they do many wonderful scientific things at Ortec Base. You may have heard me told you many years ago that there have been many Androsian and many Nassovians who've given report that the Americans have some of the biggest atomic bombs somewhere in the ocean of Andres, some of the biggest submarine somewhere near Ortec Base. And then, of course, you would have heard reports that there was a period when a lot of our dolphins and a lot of our big fish, you remember when they came ashore on many of our islands and they died? Well, the allegation was that the Americans were carrying out some kind of experimentation that used to hurt the air drum of them big fish. They couldn't take it. Maybe the Americans, it is alleged, burst their air drum and they came ashore. So Ortec Base and the waters around Andres is perhaps maybe the largest or the second largest ocean in the world, and it's good for experimentation. And the Americans love doing experiments. But they were very concerned because that base is like a magic base. We've had a number of politicians who have visited that base. There was a member of parliament who wanted to visit the base because he was the member of parliament for a part of Andres, but the Americans refused to let him visit the base because they had alleged that that member of parliament was not a saved man. I don't want to call him a gangster. that may not be kind. I don't want to call him a drug smuggler. That may be inappropriate. But strongly, the Americans seem to suggest that. So he was not allowed to come to the base. Instead, they allow a tall MP to come to the base. And when he reached, the Americans worked magic on him because they have on that island something that caused everything to disappear. Maybe a magic glass or something. I don't know. I would have known if they had properly educated me, but they didn't. So they have to put up with the bullshit that I'm about to tell you all now. But the Americans were fundamentally upset over the fact that Paul Adley had written them this letter. Show them Paul Adley picture so these young people could know this is Paul Adley, one of the greatest citizens in the modern Bahamas. And so they were not pleased with that, and they had to teach these Negroes a lesson. Thus, it is alleged that Carlos Joe Leader was sent here on an undercover mission. The same way it is believed that the late Robert Vesco was sent here under similar circumstances, where he came with over $240 million. On the day that he came, that was plenty money. He opened up a big bank and everybody could get a loan. And the thing about it is, I was so young, my family would not have allowed me to even go to the bank to try to get a loan. But the good thing about getting this loan from Robert Vesco, you don't have to pay it back. You see? But all of that was a part of, as it was suspected, Americans' intelligence and spy agency setting up a big maneuver to capture and so forth. And as you can see, Robert Vesco, the Americans never arrested Robert Vesco. Robert Vesco, they say, was in Cuba, all kinds of things. But these were some of the things that took place. So the point that I'm making to you is that commission of inquiry, fundamentally, it really didn't have anything to do with drugs. You heard me? It had to do with forcing Pinley, Arthur Hanna, Paul Adley in dropping to their knees and giving the Americans Ortec base for hardly anything. You never heard that before, eh? Watch out for the CIA, the FBI, and the DEA. Pinley say, watch out for all these. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And just in case you forget it, God save the King. My spiritual advisor, aren't you going to pay bills today?
Yes, let's do that quickly. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let the friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school.
And this is powerful.
Everybody needs money, always. So send money locally and internationally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
I'm going to ask my producer to show the nation where the 1984 Commission of Inquiry was held at what today is called the University of the Bahamas, but years ago it was the old Batelco headquarters. But this is where we went in 1984, 1983, 1984, to hear the evidence. It was here that Paul Adderley challenged Robert Ellicott, the Australian Solicitor General and the lead counsel at the Commission of Inquiry. Very, very significant because Robert Ellicott also played a significant role in bringing down an Australian government. I need to read up on that so I can properly advise you about it. But when he came to the Bahamas, everybody who was really interested in local politics and what was taking place in Australia realized that this was not an ordinary white man. This was not an ordinary Solicitor General. He had strong, powerful connections to foreign forces outside of Australia. And just in case you don't understand what I mean, it was always believed that him and agencies of the government of the United States of America were very tight. So, having told you that, Minnis wants a commission of inquiry, and I'm suspicious of Dr. Hubert Minnis. So, I'm trying to make sure that the PLP think twice before they listen to his recommendation by advancing these pieces of information, which perhaps the PLP may never have thought about or may never have heard about. So the point that I'm trying to establish was that the 1984 Commission of Inquiry, Carlos Joe Leder was at all material time believed to have been working for the government of the United States, and that this was a very sophisticated exercise taking place in the Bahamas because the Americans could not afford to lose Ortec Base. And they knew that we in the opposition, if they could have maneuvered us in a position where we would have been able to overthrow Pinling and the PLP, we would have given them the whole of Andros Island. But that was not to be. Kendall Isaac, he would have said during a period of time that the FNM was prepared to bring pressure on Pinling and the PLP with a view to trying to compel Pinling and the PLP to call a quick election. But during that period of time, Kendall Isaac realized that was impossible because Pinling had like 32 seats. And I don't remember how much we in the opposition had. So these are some historical information that is very, very important. I'm very suspicious of Dr. Hubert Minnis. He believes that the police cannot investigate the police. I was excited to read this morning that the Minister of National Security, Wayne Munro, it appears that he and I share the same view that the police can investigate the police. And I think that is very powerful to note that the police can do it. And at what point are we not going to be able to manage our own affairs? At what point are we not going to be able to manage our own affairs? If we live in a society where we cannot judge one another, then certainly something is wrong. There has to be a citizen who considers a judge of the Supreme Court, notwithstanding that he may know my ma, my pa, and all my generation box. He must be able to listen to my testimony, listen to the testimony of another citizen, and if I'm wrong, tell me, Brother Monica, we find you guilty. Other than that, who then is going to provide the necessary judgment? So I thought I would point that out. I thought I would raise the name of Robert Ellicott. Show us Sir Arlington Butler photograph. He's the distinguished Negro man sitting there. This is Sir Arlington Butler, who played a very significant role at the Commission of Inquiry, and hours before he went over to cross-examine Pinling. As he drank his coffee, he bragged to us what he was going to do with Pinling. And both he and Pinling is dead, but I'm alive. But when he got up, Pinling grabbed him and put him in a full Nelson. You hear me? Pinling veiled up his backside in the front of the Commission of Inquiry. And there's no Negro who can challenge what I am saying. Isn't that amazing? There's nobody who can challenge what I'm saying, because I attended the Commission of Inquiry, and I almost had to testify before the Commission of Inquiry. But Bernard K. Barnaby Jr., show his photograph, please, who retired as a commissioner of police. You remember, this is Bernard K. Barnaby Sr., not Jr., Sr. He became a commissioner of police. He recognized that what they were saying was a bunch of nonsense. So even though they called my name, nobody invited me to testify. I think they must have heard that I had said, I can't wait for them to testify. So I can't wait for them to summons me to testify so I could carry on bad, because it was a bunch of nonsense and it was petty what somebody ran on with. And then, of course, I was very, very young. Watch out for me, eh? Watch out for me. So having said that to you, I'm going to show you the picture of Sir Lachel Thompson, because yesterday I told you that the only senior police officer to testify at that Commission of Inquiry was Assistant Commissioner of Police Howard Smith. No, the most senior police officer to have testified was Commissioner of Police Sir Lachel Thompson. And of course, Sir Lachel Thompson became the first Commissioner of Police in an independent Bahamas. And he had to testify because he told the commission how Paul Thompson, show Paul Thompson, please, came into his office and tried to incite him to pick up arms and to incite officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force to overthrow Pinling and the PLP. Now, of course, Paul Thompson is deceased, and in his lifetime, he has denied what I said. But take it from me, I sat at the Commission of Inquiry when the then Commissioner of Police, Selachel Thompson, testified and said that this man, Paul Thompson, attempted to get him to overthrow Pinling and the PLP by getting officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force to pick up arms against the legitimate government of the day. I sat there, and I know Paul Thompson very well, for he is the paternal grandfather of my nephew, one of the biggest Rasta priests here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So I thought I would run on. I'm happy that the minister has expressed confidence, that's Wayne Munro, in the abilities of the police in carrying out this investigation. And I'm particularly concerned about it because there is an ulterior political motive that Dr. Minnis has. And I peeped his card, and therefore I've decided to block his move. So there'll be no commission of inquiry. Let the police investigate, and if they have evidence, okay? If they have evidence, show the picture of Selachel, of the former magistrate and former Supreme Court judge and former Court of Appeal Justice, Mr. Emmanuel Osadebe. So, I don't want them to cause me to run on, because I stood in the magistrate court when this magistrate dealt with the Green Key case, which arose out of the finding of the Commission of Inquiry. This is Emmanuel Enabeli Osadebe. He is a member of the Igbo tribe of Nigeria, and he subsequently became a citizen of the Bahamas, but Paul Adley denied him citizenship. Okay? But I suspect Hubert Ingram gave it to him. I suspect. Don't hold me to that. But I know that Paul Adley had denied him the citizenship. One day I'll tell it to you, because I know a little bit of secret. So I thank God that I have this opportunity where I can come on national radio and TV and say things and see who can contradict me. And if they are able, I will welcome them openly to come and express themselves. So my spiritual advisor, I have been running on.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, the point that you're really trying to drive home. Because when you look at the Commission of Inquiry, the results of it was basically, inconclusive? Wasn't it? Like, nothing really came out of it, right? Although there were a bunch of questionable things in the inquiry that could lead you in other directions. But because the inquiry was called by the then Prime Minister, of course, the reason why he called it is because there were allegations that him and his government may have been receiving bribes from drug smugglers to allow them to escape being sent to the United States for trial.
No. Who being sent to the United States?
Let me just reword that. The inquiry, I guess, was set up because apparently it does seem as if there were
NBC said that there was drug smuggling taking place in the country,
Bahamas, and these smugglers were paying the government
officials
to hide in the
were
Bahamas.
involved.
Right.
And I'm telling you that modern investigation has alleged that all of that was orchestrated by a dark side of the United States government, which was designed to bring pressure to get Pinling to give away the Ortec base, because
Really?
the amount of money that the United States government pay for that lease is so insignificant for the great value that Ortec base represent to
Amen.
the security of the United States and by extension the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay?
Notwithstanding that, all I'm saying though is that in the inquiry and in most inquiries, there are some questionable things that do come up, and you can understand why.
Well, I'm going to suggest
these
that you
inquiry-
should perhaps read it.
Well, let me give you
Go ahead.
one suggestion.
Give me one suggestion.
Have you ever heard about a Canadian police officer by the name of Frank A. Richter?
No.
All right.
Yes, I do.
Right. So apparently
Is he Canadian police or he was an accountant?
he was a Canadian police
Yeah,
inspector.
he was a part of the Commission of Inquiry.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he says, based on information he got, right? This is documented. In the inquiry, which began in November of 1983, Frank A. Richter, a Canadian police inspector working on the staff of the commission, found that Mr. Pinland and his wife spent more than $4 million from 1977 to 1983, or 8 times as much as the Prime Minister received in salary. So when you look at that, that's in itself, you know, you start to want to ask some questions. How were they able to
Yeah, but you have
spend
not
$4 million?
read the commission to see what the conclusion was. There was only one commissioner who expressed suspicion, and that was the Archbishop Drexel Gomez. The majority of the commission did not express the suspicion that he did. His became a minority report.
Right. But notwithstanding all that, like I said before, you know, no, listen, all I'm saying is, listen, all this stuff is documented. There's no need to be ashamed of this man.
No.
all right? Do you know that at one point, Pinland received a payment of $533,000 from Everett Bannister?
Okay. What is your point?
It was explained how he was paid the $533,000.
Well, Pinland also received $750,000 from Edward St. George.
Yeah. So, anyhow,
Huh?
all I'm saying is this. Even
But-
though a lot of these
But
inquiries,
Edward St.
they're
George,
inconclusive.
hold on a second, but Edward St. George was never involved in any form of drug smuggling.
Now, okay. But Robert Vesco, who was the center of all this.
No, he was never tied to that Commission of Inquiry, to the
You
best
sure?
of my recollection.
Are you
Help me,
sure?
refresh in my memory if you have the evidence.
All right.
I thought it was Carlos Joe Leader.
Okay.
I don't recall
let's- okay.
Vesco. You might be right, but I don't recall Vesco.
Let's look. Oh, sorry. Let's look at this. Let's look at this quickly to see how we got
Vesco?
there. Yeah. How did we
Okay.
get in there? Your internet. It's talk center. The internet is
Yeah, I don't recall Vesco being involved in the 83-84 Commission of Inquiry. He may have, but I don't remember him. I remember Carlos Joe Leader. His name fundamentally came up, and as I told you, it has been concluded that he was at all material time working for the United States government, and it was a major entrapment designed to get the PLP government to sign a lease agreement over the Ortec base.
All right, so the investigation stems from a September 5th NBC News report alleging that Mr. Penland and his associates were being paid $100,000 a month in bribes to protect a drug smuggling operation headed by fugitive financier Robert Vesco. The television network said its report was based on a U.S. Justice Department intelligence report. So it seems as if Robert Vesco was at the center of this.
Well, don't forget, I told you earlier that Robert Vesco was believed to have been a part of that agency.
Right.
Don't forget,
and of course,
he set up a bank.
Yeah, because I think he had run away with $224
He is
million.
alleged to have run away with that.
Right. But it was a company that he headed.
You may not, you may not recall that there was at one point a small attempt to have him extradited.
To the United States?
The application was so weak that Sir Orville Turnquest and his partner, the late Eugene Depuch, they went to the court and they were successful in defeating the application.
But the government, but the Bahamian government, they ended up kicking him out the Bahamas, didn't they?
Well,
Didn't they kick him out?
You're free to declare anybody persona non grata. All I'm saying is that they were not successful in persuading the court based on the defense that Sir Orville Turnquest and his senior partner, Eugene Depuch, presented to the court.
Right. So Mr. Vesco was wanted by U.S. authorities on charges of looting a mutual fund company he headed of some $224 million.
Right.
He was kicked out of the Bahamas in 1981 and was then living in Cuba. So why was he kicked out of the Bahamas? Why did the Bahamas government decide to kick him out? Do you think the heat was coming out on the government?
Well, I told you what was taking place, right? There was an attempt to extradite him. They were unsuccessful. And so...
But they sure didn't want him here.
Well, not that they didn't want him here. If the Americans were complaining and they lost, well, naturally a small country would do what?
Be under pressure.
Yeah.
All right,
All right? But I am telling you...
So obviously something was not right with this thing. Something was going on.
I'm telling you what it is.
Do you believe our officials were guilty?
I'm telling you...
Accepting bribes from drug smugglers?
I'm telling you what happened. They set up, it is alleged, that the CIA, the DEA, and every A in the United States set up a sting operation.
On Norman's Key.
In the Bahamas.
Norman's Key.
They set up a bank in the Bahamas. And then after they were successful in their operation, the bank closed down. You never saw that shit in Boston?
Well, see, that's one of the things that Penland had complained about. Penland complained that he believed this whole thing was a conspiracy against him because he would not relax certain bank secrecy laws in the United States.
Well, it wasn't the bank secrecy law.
Yeah, well, that's
it
what Penland said.
It was OTEC-based.
Well, Penland said that he felt he was being targeted because of that.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, they kind of like trying to drag his government, his name, his credibility in the government through the mud by using his drug smuggling,
the PLP
hoping to force him to resign.
After the PLP signed the lease agreement with the United States, OTEC base is very important to the Americans.
I think they pay the government $10 million a year,
and that's a little bit of money. That's a little bit of money for what it represents.
But I'll say this much to you, Zado.
Yeah.
Don't try to run away from an inquiry because an inquiry.
I'm not running away from an inquiry.
Yeah, but you're trying to make it seem as
there.
if, you're trying to make it seem as if Dr. Menace is wrong for wanting to have an inquiry into certain matters.
I'm pointing out why it will not work.
Yeah, but
it will not work.
If you can't say, what you're doing is you're actually dismissing something before it actually happens.
What am I dismissing?
And you're using
what am I dismissing?
You're using past history to show whether it's a possibility that the inquiry doesn't make any sense.
If
but all I'm telling you,
summons before the Commission of Inquiry and they ask you, were you smuggling drugs? And you said, yes, I was smuggling drugs. you cannot be prosecuted. But if the police, independent of a commission of inquiry, was conducting an investigation into whether or not you were smuggling drugs, and they find evidence, you can be prosecuted.
Yeah, well, after you would have been done with an inquiry and you find certain evidence, then you can prosecute.
No,
It doesn't work that
you
way?
can't ask the man to be honest and then prosecute
Oh,
him.
really? Okay.
Right. It is
Okay.
when he lies. It is similar to what the South Africans did. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Let the police investigate, and I'm happy that the Minister of National Security and I share the same conviction on police investigation. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. It's powerful today. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I have with me a special guest, Mr. Eugene Colley. He is the leader of Z Bandit. It's a Junkanoo group, and for the last 18 years, his group, under his leadership, has organized a summer program for young people. So let me start up. Mr. Colley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate this.
You're very kind. This year, your summer program, what did you call it this year?
Well, it's actually the Z Bandits. It's actually the Island Luck IL Cares Z Bandits Summer Youth Trade Camp.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yes.
So Island Luck was one of your sponsors.
Yes, Island Luck, definitely. They've been supporting us for over the past 10 years. And while we're on that same point, I want to give thanks to IL Cares executive and also to Dr. Adrian Fox, Sir Bas Bastian, and also Mr. Dirk Simmons, Chief Financial Controller. They have been supporting the community for a very long time, and through their assistance help us empower the youths of the community. And it's been now 18 years.
Wow.
18 years of great community service to the youths in community. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty Lord Jesus Christ for 18 years of great community service and empowering myself and all of the instructors at the camp to continue to mold and to teach the youths lifelong skills. You know, the rationale for the program is to assist school-age children
Yes.
in developing lifelong skills
Yes.
and to foster a good work ethic with a view for a successful career in the future. We have been 5 weeks now at the camp, which was held at the E.P. Roberts Primary School
Yes.
in Angliston.
Yes.
And we are so grateful to the principal of the school for having us there.
I noted that the Minister of Education attended the closing out ceremony last week, Friday.
Yes.
You recall that, yes?
Yes, that's Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin.
Yes.
She is our Member of Parliament for the area,
Okay.
who always support this program heads on. You know, she is a great supporter for this type of community work.
Yes.
Because she realized that the community is very youthful, and she always wanted to have constructive activities going on to keep them off the streets.
Yes. Yes.
You know? So,
Well, let's look at the video. Do we have that video from last week, Friday? Let's see how that came out. Welcome back to Freedom March. So we had the minister speak. We saw quite a number of young people participating in dance and singing and so forth. So what other plans do you have for the community?
Well, actually, I just want to expand just a bit more onto that.
Okay.
You know, we actually is a trade camp, but it was a big variety of activities that we had. We did at the camp. We had culinary arts.
Culinary arts, yes.
Yes. We had a sewing class. If you notice, the young ladies, they were showing off all of the uniforms, the school uniforms that
Yes.
they made, the pillows,
Right.
pillowcases and
Right.
handbags.
Right.
They did all of that stuff. And then over on the other side, we had the young men who we actually put a lot of emphasis on teaching them how to make and create furnitures.
This is great.
Nice table, beautiful table, lamps, chairs,
Yeah.
boat building, We also had electrical. We had the electrical part of the camp, which hooked up all of these lamps.
Right.
That they could. Once you plug it in, it comes on automatically, and they're wonderful lamps that people pass the area and they wanted to purchase these stuff. They made some wonderful table and chairs.
Right.
Natural chairs, real
Right.
furnitures.
Right, right.
And smaller guys with the age brackets from 8 to 10, they made a lot of the piggy banks.
Okay.
And
I saw the piggy banks.
Yes, and then we made some boats and guitars from the coconut trees.
Right.
So we really tried to open up our imagination, looking up into the trees and seeing some stuff, you know. And we really tried to empower them through this stuff, and they love it all. I'll tell you, they really was inspired to continue going on producing all of these different type of trades.
I must confess that having watched you for the past 18 years, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud
Thank you.
of the fact that you love the young people and you're setting a good example for them. And I'm also excited that you were able to find good corporate sponsors. And so, will you continue next year if God spare your life?
Well, definitely, you know, the youngsters has encouraged me
Yes.
not to quit because they look forward to this every year.
Yeah.
And just as we look forward to Adrian Fox and the rest,
Yes.
also want to take this opportunity to thank Corporate Bahamas because they came in also and
Right.
gave us some great support, and we want to thank them gratefully for their support over the years
Yes.
as well. And we look forward again next year having all of them on board to make this even bigger and better as we want to go into the community and do some other work, you know.
Okay.
Normally we close off with a community street parade.
Okay.
Because also in the camp, we created a dance group.
Okay.
We had a section of, I think it's about 25 wonderful dancers.
Okay.
So we invited the police band, the Defense Force band, Z-Bandits Junkanoo group, and 2 other Junkanoo groups to be a part of this community street parade.
Okay.
And the community look forward to this every year.
So has that been done yet, or?
Unfortunately, after the ceremony, we were all set to have this parade.
Right.
But the Almighty has sent down the blessing.
Okay.
So
it was-
we thank Him for that, and so
Okay.
we have to cancel that out.
Okay.
We couldn't do it in the rain.
Okay.
So we are looking now at somewhere around on the 30th of just before back to school.
Yes.
To really do it again because
So that'd
the
be like the 30th of August?
30th of August. That's correct.
That would be great.
And they're looking forward to that, you know, especially the girls who've been training
Yes,
for
yes.
weeks with their special dance.
Yes.
They look forward to that, and I really want to give it to them, you know.
Well, I would like to be invited
Oh, definitely.
so that I can watch the dance.
Okay.
And who knows, I might shake a left or a right leg.
Why not? We
Yeah.
have to. We have to bring spiritual advisor to be a part of this as well.
Well, I'm
to
certain,
have a great experience.
I'm certain he would do wonderful if he were to be invited. So you have to invite him.
Oh, definitely. Spiritual advisor. I'm sending it out to you right now. You are invited.
Okay.
This is powerful.
Yes.
Great.
And you know, the member of parliament for the area, Honorable Glenasana Martin, said that she's going to do a special dance that day.
Really?
So she loved to move, you know. She
Okay.
loved music. So we look forward to that. She
Well,
want to
you-
challenge me, you know.
Well, you must invite me so I could witness it.
Definitely. Definitely.
I think it would be great to witness it.
Definitely. I know for sure you's going to do something special too on the streets.
Yeah.
The Freedom March dance.
Oh, the Freedom March dance. Just invite me and I will dance.
Definitely.
This is
That's
great.
That's a bet.
So, are there any departing remarks you would like to make?
Yes. Again, I want to thank the group of Island Luck IL Cares Foundation. Again, Dr. Adrian Fox, Sabas Bastian, Mr. Dirk Simmons, and again, Corporate Bahamas.
Yes.
I want to thank all of the instructors. I want to thank Honorable Glenasana Martin for continuing her support behind this type of community event. Something like this should be spread around the Bahamas.
Yes, I'm
because
with you.
it's a powerful move to engage the children
Yeah.
during the summertime.
Yes.
And we don't babysit, you
Right.
know. When you come here, you learn trades and you learn lifelong skills, and this is what's happening right now to really keep them away. Also, I didn't mention, we had a couple of sessions with on a daily with conflict resolution
Okay.
and anger management. you
Okay.
know. And that is so important and so needed
Yes.
in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Because, you know, this new generation, they just like a microwave.
Right.
They heats up if you just buck up against them and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to try to talk to them about control
Right.
and, you know, exercise love.
Right. Right.
And that's what we do at the camp.
Yes.
So again, I'm so grateful to the Almighty for the opportunity for the 5 weeks. He made it happen, and I couldn't go without thanking him. And again, like I say, we thank Corporate Bahamas and Dr. Adrian Fox
This is great.
for everything.
Well, please keep me abreast so that we can come and monitor it. And I must make a public confession that I saw something at the camp, and I'm going to ask permission to steal, or should I say teeth, one of the ideas. I'd like to take it home to Black Village
Okay?
and see what the brothers think about it.
Well, I have no problem with that. Anything to empower any other parts of the community, I'm all for it.
I like the furniture building, you see?
Yes, sir.
So I think it would be great for me to steal one or two of those ideas and take it home with me. So now I just want you to know, so you wouldn't accuse me of plagiarism. You wouldn't accuse me of stealing ideas, okay?
Not at all. Not at all.
Because I love to steal ideas, and that one was great.
Thank you very much.
So if you have no further remarks, I'm going to thank you and bid you goodbye.
And I want to thank you too, Senator, for inviting me here. It's a great pleasure, and a pleasure to meet spiritual
My
advisor
spiritual
for the first
advisor.
time,
This is powerful.
and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Stay where you are. Producer, yes, you may go now.
Okay.
So folks, just take it off slowly. Come, my spiritual advisor, help him to get ready. So, folks, there's so many exciting things that is happening, and Mr. Colley has demonstrated for 18 consecutive years his love for his community. He loves his community. He's grown up in Angliston, and he is a noble example of what leadership is all about. So I thank God when I run into men who have not abandoned the village, men who have not abandoned the family, men who have not abandoned the children. So I think it's always a wonderful thing. Well, my spiritual advisor, shall we now
Do birthdays?
do birthdays?
Yeah, okay, let's do this quickly.
Yeah.
Let me get the, did you send the list?
Well, let me
Okay.
start off. Let me wish
You go ahead.
Mrs. Anime Forbes, who hailed from Elizabeth's estate, a very happy birthday. So this is powerful. And
All
then-
right. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, he may have it organized. I have a first cousin. His name is Theo Bow. Theo Bow is going to celebrate his birthday tomorrow. And he lives in the nation's second city. So
All right, so I think I have it here as well.
you have it? Go ahead.
Yeah,
my
let's do
spiritual
this.
advisor.
So Yvonne Curry, she's the first up. Happy birthday to Yvonne Curry, Dames. Coming from her children, Amos and Sharonda, Livingston, Terrell, her grandchildren, Rashad, Quentin, Michael, Samel, Kel, and all who love us. So happy birthday to Yvonne Curry. And then Theo Bow is celebrating the birthday. It's coming from his wife, Regina, 7 brothers, Freddie, Glenn, Apollo, Neil, Hermes, and Gregory Boat. 8 sisters, Edith, Sharon, Eva, Lisa, Nicole, Raven, Rashay, and Deborah. May God continue to bless you and they hope you enjoy your day and you'll live to enjoy many more. So happy birthday out to Theo Bo. And then Kevin Baisden and mother. Birthday wishes, please. Kevin Baisden and his mom. She's passed on, but will never be forgotten. Lillian Bastian, from your wife and kids and grandson. We love you. God bless you with the best husband and father. All right, so Rodrika Cox, sending birthday shout out to daughter, Mistress Rodrika Cox. Rodrika Cox coming in from her mom, Anastasia, her husband Jonathan, her son JJ, grandparents, Tamar, aunts and uncles. Okay, Rodrika Cox. Okay, Jonah, happy birthday shout out to Jonah. His little birthday twin and brother Jonah, coming in from his big sister Rodrika as well. All right, so happy birthday to Jonah. And then Roderick Pratt. Happy birthday to Roderick Pratt. Best wishes from his wife Veronica, children Kevin, Kay, and Ricky, grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Enjoy your day. They love you. All the best. And of course, a special shout out to Clyde Beckford Medical Fund. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
You know anything about that?
Go ahead. You're doing the correct thing.
That's all they have, though. Clyde Beckford Medical Fund. What else
Which
you have?
is scheduled for the 15th of September to raise funds for Mr. Beckford. So we would like for people to assist in the fund raising by participating. So that is going to be very, very powerful indeed. And yeah, so yes, there it is, my spiritual advisor. Hold it like that and read it slowly.
Okay, so tickets are $25.
Yes.
And they want you to contact Florine McKinsey
Yes.
at 448-8982. So tickets are $25, and they want you to contact Florine McKinsey at 448-8982.
This is powerful. So,
All right.
folks, we ask you to support this noble event because here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, there are many catastrophic illnesses, and one of the problems that we face is we don't have any legislation that compelled the insurance company to insure everyone. So therein lies a major problem. Perry Christie did attempt it to see if he would have been able to achieve that objective with the introduction of National Health Insurance Program. But a Dr. Roberts, who is what is the opposite of a gynecologist? The gynecologist is the woman doctor, and the man doctor is
urologist. Urologist.
Yes. Do you know the urologist, Dr. Roberts?
Dr. Robin Roberts?
Dr. Robin Roberts in 2005, 2006, he met me on the taxi line, pulled me off the line, and must he spent 3 hours trying to persuade me as to why I should not support Perry Christie's policy. Now I got no insurance. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. When I come back, our candidate, the candidate of the Negroes in the Bahamas, I declare, is Trump, Trump, Trump. Fight, fight, fight. It's powerful. Trump, Trump, Trump. Fight, fight, fight. I salute the United States of America and every American citizen. In the United States, a new day is on the verge, and we must elect Donald Trump so that he will make America great again. It's powerful, it's powerful, it's powerful. My spiritual advisor, we have to get Trump elected. And I call on the Negro people, if you are a Negro person, Donald Trump is your man, your candidate. And you must call on America to fight, 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 and vote for Trump. You may open the line, my spiritual advisor.
Let me just read these ads quickly. The Work Center, located on Rosetta Street, across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down, under their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. That's the Work Center, located on Rosetta Street.
Just before you reading, go ahead, my spiritual
Everybody
advisor.
needs money, always. So send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. So Money Max, live your max life.
This is powerful. To BPL, that's the Bahamas Power and Light, I have a Negro lady who has alleged that she lodged a complaint with you since last week, Saturday. And her allegation is that the wire from the lamp pole to her house has partially hit the ground. And she has not been able to get anyone to come and fix it. But thank God her neighbor was able to tie it up against the house so that they could get a little bit of light. But it's still not properly connected. And she lives just to the north of Nichols, which is located on Blue Hill Road. So if anybody see BPL, come on. You mean to tell me from Saturday that Negro woman called y'all and you couldn't go and fix the wire? It's a disgrace. My spiritual advisor.
Well, the lines, let's open the lines. 323-7775. It's the number to call, 698-0775, 698-0776. The lines are open, and of course, today is Friday, and we're heading into weekend. Call us. We got about 25 minutes, I guess, entertain some calls. So if you want to engage us, please. The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, and of course, 698-0776. Some folks will complain about audio issues either on their Facebook page or television. We have a call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Okay, hold just 1 second, caller. Just 1 second. Caller, do us a favor, please. Could you turn your radio or TV down, completely down first, please? Just listen to us through your telephone, okay? Are you still there? All right. Anyhow. You can call back 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hi, spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm great, thank you.
Great.
Senator.
God save the king.
All the time.
Amen.
Trump all the way.
You with Trump.
All the way.
Woman, you are blessed. This is powerful.
Yes. Well, anyway, I just called, the other day. I told you it was Terry's birthday.
Whose birthday?
It was Terry's birthday on Tuesday.
Who's Perry?
Terry Ferguson.
Oh, Terry Ferguson.
It was her birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's laying her mom to rest tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
Condolences.
So I just want to send condolences to her,
Yes.
Stephanie, Monty, Terrence, and all the other children. And I want them to know that earth has no sorrow.
Oh, hallelujah.
And heaven can feel. Okay? And that's coming in from Evelyn.
Well, Evelyn, I want you to tell Terry that my spiritual advisor and I, we extend our deepest condolences to her.
Okay,
What is the name of her mom?
Her mom was name is Maud Brown Joseph.
Wow.
Yes.
We're so sorry to hear it, okay?
Yes, and she was one of the women them.
Wow.
And I'm one of the women them, and Terry is also one of the women them.
Oh, listen, don't break my heart any further. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
I would.
I'm so sorry, okay?
Okay.
God bless you.
God.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yes, you take
well.
care now.
Okay.
Bye-bye. 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You there? Hello. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Spiritual advisor,
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monk.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm calling for, I'm complaining about the phone. When current off,
Yeah.
no phone. Now they just turn the phone off a few hours every day,
Really?
and current on
Really?
Which
every day.
which company is that?
BTC,
Oh.
Um,
and they said
phone off?
it is a new BTC, and it's getting worse.
you better give me a call tomorrow, like about 9, so
Okay.
I can give you a secret number to call Miss Swain. Miss
Okay.
Swain is the manageress at the mall at Marathon.
Okay, so call you at 9.
Call me at 9, okay?
Okay, you all have a good weekend.
You take good care, my love.
Okay.
All right, take care.
I want Patelco to know that I don't wait for them. And I have to keep trying to keep their customers happy. Now, you're going to either do good, or I'm going to say to the Prime Minister, Prime Minister, I've not asked you for anything since you came to power. I want to be named to the board that deals with Patelco. I think I should be sitting on that board. Anyway, hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello,
Hey, Brother Manka.
sir.
How are you? Spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good, man. I see you had Eugene call you on your show earlier today.
Yes,
Listen to me. That man is a real, he has the Anderson at his heart.
that is good.
I grew up 3 steps away from him on Moore Avenue.
Okay,
So I know of him. His brother, the first time in my life I ever sat in a Rolls Royce car was his brother Bones Colley.
okay,
First time in my life I only hear about Rolls Royce in life again in that kind of place.
right.
Okay? Eugene has Anderson at his heart, man. Even with his little jungle groups, the bandits,
Yes,
he keeps that going, man. I'm so proud to hear him on the radio. I was like, wow, man. It made me want to go back and Anderson and look for him.
you should return to Angliston.
You know, I go through periodically, you know, with my condition now.
Okay.
I have to wait for people to take me around.
Okay,
Man, even his brother Harry Colley, I guess, he brought tears to my eye when I heard him, man. He still having the sin, man. He still having the sin.
that is
I
true.
felt so good. You know, this place was right across from your uncle who used to blow the trumpet.
Yes.
Right on the other side, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know where he is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He made me want to have something we call Dr. Anderson, man. He made my heart feel well.
This is powerful.
Made my heart feel well, man. You know, but the spiritual advisor, let's continue praying for the young brothers, even the sisters, man. Let's keep the young people that are in our prayers, man.
Absolutely.
You know, please, man, please.
Yeah, okay.
Man. You know, let's see what can happen. All is not
Absolutely.
lost.
No.
All is not lost. You know.
Absolutely. As long as
But
it's like
let's
that.
pray that let's have a good weekend and a crime-free weekend,
hoping.
man. A murder-free weekend.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Yes, sir.
All right.
God bless you all.
Yeah, take care, caller.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller?
Good afternoon, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yes, I would just like to inform you that the lawyer, the purchase of Norman's key for Carlos Gold Leader was Kendall Isaac. I would also like to inform you.
Hold on for a second. For what Carlos' name is?
Carlos Joe Leader.
Okay.
This
And
lawyer who did it for the purchase of Norman's key is Kendall Isaac.
you're not suggesting that Kendall did it for the entire key.
I'm not suggesting anything. All I said, the facts are he was the lawyer.
For the entire key?
For whatever can name Carlos Gold Leader for.
Let me correct you. Sir Kendall Isaac dealt with one transaction. Carlos purchased 10 acres and Sir Kendall did 5 conveyances. Okay.
You still support me. He was the lawyer. I will also like to point out that you mentioned the name of Resto. Robert Resto was mainly charged for financial fraud. And the principal people, I'll just call some names because I don't want to get in no trouble. The Turing Press and the Pharisees got plenty money from there.
Okay.
Plenty money.
Okay.
And I would also like to find out, during the Commission of Inquiry, it was proven that many police officers, immigration officers, customs officers, defense force officers were all handsomely rewarded by Carlos Gold Leader. Carlos Gold Leader also testified against Noriega. But when they asked Carlos Gold Leader about Pinland, he said, I never had any dealings with Pinland. And of the 3 commissioners, 2 of them say they didn't find any evidence of Pinland doing wrong.
That is
Only
true.
the minority report that was done by Drexel Gomez.
That-
And by the way, the evidence didn't more.
And hold on a second. Hold on. Drexel didn't say that Pinland did something, you know. He just said that he couldn't determine whether or not. Yeah.
He came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
All I'm just pointing out to the spiritual advisor, if you sit on the jury and the majority vote you are not guilty, you are innocent man. So, and I want the spiritual advisor to know that the CIA was smuggling plenty drugs to the Bahamas, but he was not seen on that Wall Street article that he was reading from. So, he should get the whole report before he comes to the erroneous conclusion. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
God save the king.
All right, you take care of yourself, my friend. 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775 and 698-0776. Do we have any calls? Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ezekiel.
Yes, a very pleasant. Let's get afternoon. I'm sure all the senior citizens around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, to the sick and to the short end, to everyone that's about to the force of the loved one back to Mother's Earth, that earth has no sorrow, that heaven cannot cure. And please let us continue to pray for the mayoral seats of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the sick and the short end, to those incarcerated, and that we don't even have no murder during this weekend by the grace of God, even as about to enter onto Bay Street and to the Combe. Let us continue to pray for the young seed on the mayoral seats of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And to you, Mr. Spiritual Advisor, and Mr. Monty, you all have a blessed afternoon and enjoy the rest of the evening. God bless you.
Ezekiel.
Mr. Munkar,
So,
I have a complaint to make.
go ahead.
I have a friend. He was down from the island
Yes.
before, from November. He came down to see about cataracts on his eyes.
Okay.
And they give him an appointment the last time he was there. I think that was about 2 months ago. They give him an appointment for the 7th of this month, which was last week, to come in and get the cataracts done at the hospital.
Yes.
And he went there, and he sat up there at the hospital, and he said the doctor came out and told him that they are not doing any cataracts that day because they do not have any anesthesia to do cataracts.
Really?
And they do not know when they will be doing cataracts because they don't have any anesthesia.
I had 2 cataracts removed, and I can't remember if they used any anesthesia on me. They may have. I just can't remember. They do have something that they put in your eye, which is the anesthesia. Do you have my cell number? 801-5760. Why don't you call me about 7 p.m. Then when you talk about it, so I can send that message straight to Dr. Michael Daville.
Yes, because I think that's a shame to say that they don't have any anesthesia to do the cataracts.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on.
I mean, that's a disgrace.
Call me, or you can give my producer your number off air, and then I'll call you. Do you have a problem with that? Hello?
Hello?
I'm going to have the producer take your number, and I'm going to call you. Can you do that?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, give him your number now, and then I will call you after the show so that I can send a special message to the Minister of Health. Okay?
Okay, yes, and let them know that they have to do something about that immediately.
Of course, Dr. Michael Dowell is committed to making sure that every person within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, where it is humanly possible, do have those cataracts removed.
Yeah, but they...
Just give him your number.
He is not doing a good job because if they
take it from me. He has been sending lots of people.
Like that.
Listen to me. He has been sending lots of people to Cuba.
I know he's been sending a lot of people to Cuba, but I am talking about right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
So I need to investigate, and so you give him your number, your name. I will call you. All right. And we'll get to the bottom of this, okay?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, take care, call.
Yeah.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes.
One question. In the days of Jesus, when he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, who are the other people that fast 40 days and 40 nights?
I can't remember right offhand. I'll have to go and check the records. What's the purpose of the answer? For the question.
I have two names here, Moses and Elijah.
Okay.
That sound like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
You're welcome.
All right.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
thought you wanted to ask something else. Okay. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Hey, State Advisor and Ronnie Monka.
Go
ahead. Did you saw the Democrats pick their joker?
Say it again?
Did you saw the Democrats pick their joker, the vice president?
You're talking about the vice president running mate?
Right, yeah, that's what I was trying to look for. Right, so yeah, the running mate.
All right.
Did you saw it? State Advisor?
Yeah, it happened a couple of days ago, didn't it?
Oh, okay.
Governor Tim Walz.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let me tell you something about him. It's interesting. I know CBC, Canadian News Media, did a extensive research on him. He's the one, and he was a governor in the state, right?
Minnesota.
Right, Minnesota, in the state, right, Minnesota. He's one who called out the National Guard. Remember the George Floyd fiasco?
Yes.
Okay.
He called the National Guard out in his state for the blacks. And his state for the National Guard. It was so embarrassing. The blacks now, it's insulting to the blacks that the white president used them as a running mate. Very insulting.
Well, you tell the blacks for me that that our man is Donald Trump.
Of course.
And you let the blacks know that Donald Trump loves us and everything is going to be fine.
What I want to also tell the blacks, it was yesterday, go to YouTube and go to CBC and you'll see the information.
Okay.
CBC News, Canadian News.
But you,
Comes on cable and come on Flow TV and cable.
will you spread the word that vote for Donald? Yes, indeed. Donald knows what the poor man needs.
And we need to spread the word to our, remember now, spread the word to our blacks and white, and also spread the word to our, to our dual citizenship.
Okay.
I'm your Paul greeting y'all. I missed you all yesterday, man. I'm glad that you're back on the air. I think Alan TV need to get rid of those old computers, put some new computers.
No, we were on TV yesterday.
Oh, well, you also off Monday.
Monday was a public holiday.
No, when I came there, well, the news wasn't on.
Listen to me, it might have been your cable, okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
maybe my
yeah.
side, I saw it blank. When I shipped just blank.
Yeah, it's probably.
Stop
cable.
shooting blank,
Yeah.
okay?
The news was on after 7 yesterday.
You know, the news was long
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh,
Take it care.
All right, see you
Yeah, I
later,
gotta check with that, but I admit, it was, maybe that was a holiday I missed you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it. But anyway,
Yeah, take care.
Speak to the blacks.
Huh?
Speak to the blacks and tell the blacks that Donald Trump is our man, okay?
Yes, speak to the Bahamian too, right?
Yes.
I know Bahamian just a while ago. What's up? She's a dual citizen, and she said she voted for the Democrat. I reminded the Democrat before the gays and they against our Christian principle of Constitution.
Speak to her.
Have a good day.
Thank
All
you.
right, you too. Take care. All right, let's take another call. Last call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Caller, you there? Let's take one more call before we end the show. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. Are you there?
Hello, Mr. Moncur. I'm Mr. Roll.
Yes,
sir.
Now, Mr. Moncur, I remember this quite clearly with Robert Westcott. He came in with over $200 million in cash.
That is true.
Between the FNM and PLP lawyers,
Yeah.
they ripped him right off.
No,
with everybody, with his lawyers.
No. They didn't rip him off. He was just giving loans that you didn't have to pay back.
And I plenty property, I plenty land and company name.
Okay.
Plenty land and things 1 year. You see PLP and FNM, so they business partner.
No.
That's what things.
Okay.
He spent all that money, and at the end of the day, he got to start smuggling. He got broke. He got to smuggle dope. When he got all night, both left his house all night. And when the FBI come in, they warn him, better leave. He go to Cuba, and start smuggling dope. Castro locked him in jail for life. He dead in Cuba.
Really?
Yes, he did. He went to Cuba, started smuggling dope. And the Castro don't play with drugs. But Vesco left all that money. And you know we are pirates. You think we got a good white man go back to save all that money? He left broke. Now getting back to, did you watch your favorite man last night at the press conference?
Who's that?
Donald Trump press conference last night.
Man, it was a wonderful press conference.
Lies. He was confused.
No. You stop it.
No, he said, Martin Luther King, what happened more like with the head? And he said, he was confused.
No.
We gotta go.
Listen to me.
He was confused.
I don't like.
Go up the story with his mouth.
Listen to me.
Weekend,
What kind of black are you?
No. Donald Trump is the way his mind, you know.
Stop that.
I know him long time.
Donald loves us. Anyway,
I know him long time.
you take it care.
You like smart blacks.
You take it care.
He's like a mother.
Stop it. Donald is the man. All he
Yeah.
did is to compare his rally with Dr. Martin Luther King's rally. Lord, I bring before the Negro people President Donald Trump. It's a brand new day in the United States. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, he will make America great. Making America great. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight.
Have a good weekend.